Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
What's up and what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things movies, TV, streaming, hot topics, and more. And this is a little segment that we like to call Shit You Missed. And in this segment, we take 4 topics from throughout the week and we give our quick thoughts on each one of them. So if you're new here and you like what you see, go ahead and like this video, click that subscription button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the future content we're putting out. Let's go ahead and get on into the video. But moving on from Marvel, let's step into something we haven't talked about in a long time. And one of the reasons we haven't talked about in a long time is because I don't quite give a fuck, my dear. I do not. And it's the DCEU. And we are getting a lot of talk out there that Henry Cavill is going to show up in the Black Adam film, but he's going to be faceless, as he was in Shazam and as he was in the Peacemaker. It's going to just be a silhouette of Superman. It's not going to be Superman himself. This comes to us from our guys over at Direct, and they had this to say. They said in a tweet from Industry Insider, My Time to Shine Hello, they reported that Henry Cavill's Superman would have another cameo in the upcoming DCEU film just without the actor himself. According to them, Superman has another faceless cameo in Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. This message was tweeted by another industry insider, Casey Walsh, who is very reliable as well, potentially adding further credibility to the claim. It's important to note that this is not confirmation of an appearance, and all of it remains a rumor. So, like I said, this would now be the third time we have not seen Henry Cavill, just the silhouette or just the torso, not his face. I don't know what the DCEU's I don't give a fuck what the DCEU's problem is, because we know that they've got way more issues over there than just the silhouette of Superman showing up in, a DC project. But last thing I will say here,
what do you mean? They got a great Flash.
is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did tweet this. He retweeted this. This was a picture that was tweeted by someone that had a picture of the Superman logo with the Black Adam logo, where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said, from back in the day when I was wrestling in flea markets for $40 a match all the way to now, I've learned to always listen to the audience because they will always lead you to where you need to go. I hear you and I always got you. I don't care what he tweets, I don't care what he says. He's not Zaslav, he's not Warner Brothers, and he's not DC. He's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's been trying to get Black Adam off the fucking ground since 2007. So I don't care what he tweets about Henry, until WB or Zaslav or DCEU puts out that Henry Cavill is actually going to be in a film, I don't care. I don't believe it. But Trey, when you hear these things, you see what the Rock's tweeting, and you give a fuck about the DCEU or Henry Cavill, even the silhouette?
I think I said in a video long ago they need to find a way for Henry Cavill just to go into the MCU. He's a great actor. He's great at what he does. He takes so much care into his characters, and they're doing this to him. And you have to think between the controversy of Ezra Miller, between just kind of everything going on right now with
you've
DCU.
got Amber Heard. You've just got so much going on.
You have Amber with all the controversies and just everything happening.
Shit.
I just I don't see a way for them to, and it sucks because I like The Rock. I do. Rock's cool, right? I'm not going to sit here and say he's some prolific actor of his time, but I mean, he's cool, he's good at what he does, and this is a role I think he can do very well. It's some Scorpion King-esque, he's just going back to being a badass again. But, I feel like DC's going to just mess all this up.
Oh, yeah.
I really think they are. And it sucks because we've talked about it before. DC Comics, Justice League, all their animated movies, they're so good. They're so good. It is so simple to make this work. And you can't do it. And it's really depressing that you can't. You sat there and one time tried to explain to us, and it was like a full hour-and-a-half conversation of what was skipped and what's this and what's... And it's like, do better. So anything DCU related, I just wish Cavill could go to somewhere that would actually want to not just show his silhouette form. I don't get the silhouette thing.
I don't get it either.
Unless you are creating a new Superman, and there's a new actor taking up that mantle.
Well,
why is he
there's
silhouette?
that rumor of Michael B. Jordan being the new Superman in the DCEU.
But is he Kal-El?
That's I don't know. I don't know if I've looked into it enough to give a fuck. I don't. I just know that Michael B. Jordan is supposed to be, at some point, maybe showing up as Superman, which I don't care for either. But
I've said I got no issue with Black Superman.
Q, when you hear that Henry Cavill is showing up for the third time in the DCEU, and it's just his silhouette and it's not him, and we haven't seen Superman since fucking Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut, I mean, what are you... How do you do the DCEU without Superman?
Same shit, different day. They're doing the same shit, different day. Like, don't give a fuck. Personally, it's just, I don't know. It sucks to see, like, every time I come in here, I lose a little hope in DC, because I like to be optimistic and hope that they can in real life turn it around, because they have the potential to make, like, such good fucking content. Like, it's like anything they wanted. TV shows, movies, like, they have, like, seeing what Marvel is, DC has the potential to be just right with the MCU or even above. They really should be beyond what the MCU is. But I don't know. It's like they won't. They're scared of change or something. Like, it's like someone in the DC, whoever works in DC, needs to just tell them niggas this shit needs to stop. Like, this shit needs to stop. Something needs to change right now. Like, go in there, have some nuts. Drop them on the table and tell them, like, straight up, because it's like every time we come in here, everyone sounds more disappointed. It's just fuck. I
think my disappointment is turned into, honestly.
It's like it's not even disappointment anymore, because we expect it. Like, we do expect it. It's like we shouldn't. Like, what would it be like one day to come in here and be like, damn, DC doing some good shit? Like, I don't think we've ever done that.
I mean, they're animated series, but yeah, other than that.
I mean, Black Adam does come out October 1st, 2022. That's this year.
Is that confirmed? Is it really going to come out?
It comes out this year. Now, to further on the I don't care, I haven't even seen the new Black Adam trailer, and it came out, I don't know, a month ago now. I haven't seen it. I don't care. But moving on to more of the shit you might have missed. Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers I'm sorry, not the Duffer Brothers. Netflix has greenlit a spin-off of Stranger Things, and the Duffer Brothers had this to say. This comes to us from our guys over at Collider that interviewed the Duffer Brothers, and they said, ultimately the hope is to pass the baton to someone else, because by the time we're done with this, it's going to have been God. It's going to be almost have been 10 years. It's going to be more or less my entire 30s. So it would be another 5 to 10 year commitment on this thing. I don't think that you can go half in. I was telling this to someone else. There's not really a great version of us, say, doing a pilot and then abandoning it. So, when you hear that for me personally, hearing that the Duffer Brothers are not really involved, are not going to be involved, and I'm sure they'll probably have some say, some input, maybe some helping with maybe some writing. They'll come in, give some ideas, things like that. But I think that would be the extent of the involvement that the Duffer Brothers would be involved in. And for me, I think that it can be done. You would just have to. How do you tell that story though? Is it going? They've already confirmed that it's going to be 100% new character. It's going to be 100 characters, 100% new story. So I don't know I don't know where they're going with this. With it being a new story, that means that the Upside Down is not going to be a thing anymore. But not only that, us as the audience, we have. It doesn't necessarily mean that the Upside Down is not going to be a thing anymore. But it also just means that they're not going to have. I mean, you could do the Upside Down with new characters. That's fine. However you want to do that, but can they do this knowing that the audience has fallen in love with the current cast and characters that are currently apart? I mean, because when you look at Stranger Things, it's not just the story. We as the audience are in love with this cast. This is a star-studded, amazing cast that does an amazing job day in and day out every time they're on set. So when they're taken off the screen, can you still captivate the audience with a new story, new characters and everything like that? So you hear that, Trey, the Duffer Brothers aren't involved. What are your thoughts?
Anything is possible. I mean, it is, and that goes with a lot of things. Like, it's not. I get it. Some fans are, if you don't have Gaten, if you don't have, these certain people in it, I'm not watching it. Well, I mean, that is what it. Okay, like, it is what it is. But I know they had said originally they had thought about this spinoff for a long time, and the actor that plays Mike is the only one who ever figured it out. Finn, yeah, he walked up and he said it, and they were like, "Shit, he figured out what we're gonna do." They haven't released any information though, so I mean, it can go anywhere, right? I mean, I think they're making a very good point here. They're like, well, we don't want to go half in on it, but they have created a universe. They have created a really cool universe, right? And as long as it doesn't affect the main story of the show, do your thing, you know? Yeah, as long as this isn't one of them Walking Dead things where it turns into 5 different fucking spin-off series that intersect and go back and forth, I'm not doing that. And as far as will it be good, you know, it's one of those, I like Stranger Things enough, and I think they're smart enough, you know, that's like they wanting to end it on 5 seasons so they don't overstep or lose the passion or fumble for the ending, right? I mean, I'll watch it. Obviously, when it comes out, Stranger Things has done good enough by me that I will watch it and we'll go from there, right?
Right.
But I do think it'll be a little difficult wrapping people's heads around a new thing. We fell in love with these kids from season 1. You got an ensemble cast, an amazing cast of actors. I mean, it's just do the same homework you did then. That's all I have to say about that.
I agree. Q, what do you think about the Duffer Brothers not being involved with Stranger Things? Could they make a spin-off actually compelling enough to keep audiences interested?
I just want to go back to like what he said in the quote, because that's something I like just touched on about how he's saying like he doesn't think you can go half in on this, and just like as directors, writers, producers, like that's what you want to see. Like if you're not gonna go all the way in on it, you don't think you can, or you don't think you're gonna be fully invested in it, like don't do it. Like it's okay to like I'd be happy like you not doing it rather than you doing it and then fucking up what you already already have such a good start with and everything. Just leave it alone. So like you said, like I'm personally like glad to see people actually do that. Like see that they won't probably be committed to it for they look in the long run and see they won't be committed for those 5-10 years and everything, and they think about it in processes like that. But I mean, as when it comes to prequels and sequels with this, I mean, as long as you go out and cast people who want to play in this and then find people who want to not even want to write it but can make a compelling enough story, I mean, there shouldn't be enough issue with it. I think Stranger Things itself has got a big enough name to where if you come out with a prequel, it's going to get attention. Right. I mean, it may not get the most, but it'll get people talking, and then if it's good, people talk good about it, and then probably more people watch and everything. So I don't see a way it could really... It might be bad, but number-wise, I think they'll still do good just because it has a Stranger Things name attached to it.
Yeah. It should be okay for the Duffer Brothers to come in and not be involved and try to keep audiences compelled enough to, or to have a story compelling enough to keep the audiences interested. The next thing on that list is the Minions. Minions set box office record numbers. This and I've personally loved all of the videos that have been going around of the Minions with people with everybody dressed up, packing out theaters. I think it's so funny though with the videos that I've seen with people packing out the theaters. It's like when the theater managers or whatever are coming in there telling people, oh, we're going to call the cops. You're calling the cops because people are enjoying a movie. People are having fun with a movie. And I think that, I don't know the extent of what's going on in theaters, you know, when people are in there, but if they're enjoying Minions, and I mean, look at what Minions did. It made $108 million in its opening weekend. And that it had the biggest opening, it broke records for the 4th of July. Like it was the biggest 4th of July weekend opening ever. And I think this further shows that animated films, because I know those people out there that say, well, if Lightyear would have went straight to streaming, it might have done better. No, fuck you. You don't have to. They don't have to go. Animated films do not have to go straight to streaming. I know there's people out there that truly believe that animated films need to just be going straight to filming. No. Animated films can hold just as compelling, just as emotional, just as engaging stories as a live action film does. So when you're just putting things straight to streaming services, turning red, you're not doing that film any justice at all. I think that Minions has proven that. Minions has proven that you can go in there and be whatever. Because I've seen, like, I like the Despicable Me 1, I like Despicable Me 2. I did not like the Despicable Me where he met his twin brother, and that I did not. That's when I fell off. But I've seen the Minions. I like the Rise of Groot. I have not seen this one yet, or haven't seen the Rise of Groot yet. But it does look like it's going to be pretty good. So the Trey, when you see that the Minions is doing what the Minions is doing, and it's breaking records, what are your thoughts there?
So first of all, I'd like to point out it makes me laugh seeing the videos of everyone getting kicked out and but also all the managers walking out and be like, if you guys get too excited, if if y'all get to, because what it reminds me of is when me and my buddies went to go see Project X the day it came out, and we're sitting in the theater, and it only made me 10 times more excited when that management came out and was like, if y'all start yelling and freaking out and throwing things, I was like, what the fuck am I about to watch here, you know? But, like, let people have their fun. You know what I'm saying? Let people have their fun, let them do their thing. You know, as far as the argument of animated movies telling a compelling story, I'm the biggest anime nut at this table. I promise you they can. They can tell a great story. And I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I think that Lightyear lost its viewership due to a lot of bigotry, and that's what that is, right? But no, I mean, Minions is just, it's a franchise that has been around for a very long time, and has gained a lot of fans and viewership, and I mean, I knew it was going to do well.
Yeah, no, it's
like, how can you not love this shit? I'm
just amazed at the numbers that it's done.
Well, I am seeing that it dropped like 70%.
It did drop
by
70% the next weekend, but a 70% drop honestly is not bad.
It's not, but I also think it's the power of the internet, where, you know, it's kind of like they memed. We bullied an animation team to completely redo Sonic. We bullied Sony into re-releasing Morbius in theaters, and just like this, it's kind of a joke of we're all going to dress up in suits and ties and go to movies. And I'm not saying that that's like a good thing, but I'm saying if you can capitalize and meme your stuff out, it's another form of hype, appeal to the internet. Look how good your numbers do.
Right.
You know, because now not only do you have all the children that want to see it, but now you have
you've got grown-ass adults.
Grown-ass adults in suits going to knock it out.
That are doing the exact same thing. But Q, are you a Minions fan? Where are you at with the Minions? Did you watch Despicable Me?
Yeah, no, I liked them both. I've always been a big I don't know, I just love Minions. I feel like a goofy ass nigga walk around like when I just randomly spit out banana or something. But no, like, I don't know, like how, like I said earlier, how could you not love these little, like, they just so happy and fun, like, ain't nothing to really worry about when you go watch Despicable Me or anything like that. But one thing I wanted to say was I actually paid attention to the marketing they did on this, and the market, like, they were putting, like, memes on clipboards, and, like, they had music and everything from, like, cultured artists that they were playing into the memes, like, and I think that's just, like, if you know, like, in today's world, like, everything's on social media and everything, so if you go and see that, like, people are talking about your business or whatever you're coming out with, like, like, damn, what am I trying to say right now?
They just marketed very well,
No,
finger on the pulse.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
I need like go ahead, take
they really definitely did market. They definitely did market this very well, and not just with the marketing, but the word of mouth too. When people are out there, and you've got videos that are going viral of audiences in the theater getting told by management, "Hey, we need you guys to settle down." I even saw one video. It had to be a theater full of kids, because there's no way you're talking to a theater full of adults. Like, if I were in there, you weren't talking to me like that. But she comes out there and she's just like, you know, this is unacceptable. You guys need to be sitting down, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, bitch, if I paid $15 for a ticket and I bought a $7 drink, $9 popcorn, if I want to scream Gru, I'm going to scream Gru. If I want to jump up and down over I'm going to jump up and down.
Like, I'd understand as a manager if you go and do that over like a complaint, but how could you walk into like a theater full of people having fun and try to shut all of them up? How do you see
a group of happy individuals and say, like, how do I fuck that up?
Damn well they just spent like $30 on some mid popcorn and shit. Like, how could you go in there and just try to fuck off they smile, bro? Like, I don't understand that.
Crazy, but I mean, like I said, Minions did do good. It broke records on the July 4th weekend. But that's all on our list here for shit you might have missed. So if you've missed anything or you've been caught up, let us know down below in the comments what you think of any of the topics that we've talked about. What are you guys thinking about some of these things? Let us know down below. We'll like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video.